discussing that a person with a lawnmower in the back of a pickup needs some education more than how to do a payroll or the craft that they're able to do. Certainly we're able to do that. I will tell you that Taaacc in county business, it doesn't matter to me if you're a bad restaurant or you're a good restaurant. Taaacc represents you the best of our ability. Now, back to what the gentleman said, there are certain training that all of us need to make sure that we're a good businessman, and I like that from him. To all of you, I'm endeared, as most of you know, have been around me a long time. I have a passion for what I do. I don't have a problem telling you I stand up for black business. That's who I work for. You know, when I go talk to the governor, it's the same thing. But to each of you, we must come together. We must be able to unite in our efforts. You know, what we have now is too much division among our race. You know, if you're not a Q, you're Alpha, you don't get along. If you're a Baptist and somebody's a Methodist, you don't get along. If you're light-skinned and you're other dark-skinned, you don't get along. We're living in troubled times in our community. You know, at my age, I can say that. And so as I look back and share my 16 grandchildren, tomorrow belongs to you. I've left my mark. I tell you to take and be able to educate yourself. Make sure that we do business, because if we do business in the state of Texas, you know, there's nothing in my Bible telling me I can't leave anything for my children, right? And so it's incumbent upon you that you give them the success they need in order to succeed. Thank you, Mr. President.
And everyone else here from San Antonio, I just would like to commend the work that President O'Neill and immediate past chair Mr. Wyatt and our chairman Chris Herring are doing. Because Chris is in San Antonio, they've just been a tremendous support for the Alamo City Black Chamber, and I just want to let you know you're appreciated.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Good afternoon. This is also my first time here. My name is Jacoby Ford, and I'm currently with my mom and my sister. We have a communications firm in Houston, and I was just noticing here on the agenda, we have solutions and strategy, but it's only about an hour and a half allotted. And from a communication standpoint, strategy takes a lot of time and acute focus. And what I've noticed and recognizing is that in this room, there's a wealth of knowledge. You have an NGO that wants to know about grants, and you have someone who does it, who teaches it. And so I just wanted to publicly announce that we fully support you, that we are skilled, that we are energetic, and that we're ready to help in any way possible. And so when we move forward with Taaacc and any initiatives that you all do, we'd like to stay in contact with you to see how we can better facilitate this kind of strategy so we can move forward. Thank you.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. The name of your company is?
Forward Momentum. Forward Momentum.
Forward Momentum. Outstanding. Thank you so much. And duly noted. All right. Other questions?
Other questions?
Yes, my name is Shatara Mathis. I'm coming from Denton, Texas, but I'm here with my mother from Amarillo. And we have the nonprofit Sequence Enterprise Entertainment and our kids. And like this young lady just stated, there is a wealth of knowledge in here. And I actually just found out that this gentleman back here that also works with children, I invited him because I didn't even know you all existed. And so I passed on the knowledge because we do have to learn how to help one another and understand we do have to be our brother's keeper. But my question to you is, for future conferences, is there an ability to where, I know one of the Omegas was honored, you had a gentleman here that did with the buses, because that we work with youth. I think this would be a phenomenal experience to get our youth. Like, we shouldn't have African American youth sitting in a classroom on a day like this. They need to be here being mentored by other entrepreneurs. They need to be able to see that they can be empowered. And so I I would love if that becomes an avenue that is available. I will help chair that event because I am passionate about our young people being prepared to be the future leaders. We can't ask them to step into leadership if we're not willing to understand we have to mentor them in that.
Get her information, Brian. This is all good. Come on, Rich, come on up. Jim, come on up.
Yeah, we're going to say, just in terms of
Do you have some better understanding about what we do? I was in the newspaper business for about 20 years, and so if I got to fail to communicate, I got a problem. You know, and so I want to make sure that we are articulating what it is that we do as an organization and on whose behalf we do the work. And so we work for the benefit of black-owned businesses in the state of Texas. Our goal is to expand opportunity, improve profitability, and change communities to improve the quality of life for black folks.
Solutions from members who came to visit today about one of the issues on why we're here. $7.5 billion was spent in highway construction, or at TxDOT, $42 million went to African American companies. I don't think we are leaving with a solution, strategy, or some points that we could put on the board on how we move the needle. I think it was good to be in the room to network with other businesses, but the question was, when you leave here, are you leaving here motivated, or are you leaving here with a contact to move your business forward? And so I just wanted to put that out there to kind of frame back the solution series on what this hour and a half was about. Solutions on how we move the business, because again, in the state of Texas, money is being made. The question is your business benefiting? And so, one, the collaborative effort of everybody being in a room and being motivated, going back to your community, sharing the message, that necessarily does not equate into financial benefit for the people in our community. So I just want to kind of frame that back.
So just to talk to you about TxDOT, one of the 25 TxDOT locations, and I think there was like maybe one or two people raised their hands. So out of that, I went back out and said you issued a challenge, but what I think the solution is, and our president agreed, is that we need to have lunch and learns in these 25 locations. And so I said that's going to be on TxDOT's dime, because the challenge is real. You need to be able to know who is in your local areas. In fact, there was a couple of businesses in here that had actually just gotten a contract with TxDOT because they went to the local office and built that relationship, and they're TAACC members. So I know that works. I know that you have to know them locally. It's just not what do you ask of us, but it's what do you ask of those local people in your areas. So we're going to follow up as one of those solutions that we have captured, which is to expand on this concept of a lunch and learn with TxDOT in their 25 locations. So all the chambers have the chance to tie into that and report back to what you're capturing and what you're learning. We have a collective challenge, which is to put our businesses, into motion and to keep that momentum going and to work together. So everything that Mr. Wyatt has said, I echo. I do want to say publicly that I think that we have the very best president of a state-led organization in Mr. Charles. And he can't say it, but I'm gonna say it because I'm the chair. That his heart is really devoted to this mission. And despite what some of y'all may think that he's being paid a lot of money. Oh, really? Because at some of our local levels, I know chamber presidents who are paid $250 a year. And he's not getting nowhere near as that. I would love to, but that's not our reality. So there is a sacrifice that goes along with what he's doing and what his family has committed to stand behind him in this journey. And not everybody gets it. Not every family gets it. Some people want that money. So if the dollars aren't adding up, then I'm sorry, I know the mission may be important, but it's not that important. And so that sacrifice is there. My last comment is, in San Antonio, I saw chambers of commerce come together for the very first time. And they issued a report card. And a report card was basically for all the public agencies, and they gave them scores from A to F. And believe me, when this report card, and you can do a Google search, do report card, the Fair Contractors Coalition, which were all the chambers coming together. And those agencies are really, right now, they're trying to do their best to get those Fs to a passing grade, and it's hard to receive an F. But when you get put on blast, then they're gonna have to respond and do something different. And so, at the state level, we hold our state agencies accountable. At your local levels, you have to hold those cities and those counties accountable to you. If you wear that chairman's title, then you need to be the chair to say to your chamber, let's make sure that we're covering all bases here, because at some level we have to win. So maybe we're not winning at the state level, but you got to put food on the table, so you need to figure out how to win at certain levels. So again, I just thank you for coming out to Black Business Day. Again, I'm very appreciative of your time and your commitment, but there is a responsibility when you leave that you have to tie back in with us and do something. It can't be, I'll see you next year, same time, same bat channel. Oh, hey, no. Because by that time, some of you may have already gone on. And not by your choice, but maybe just because of your situation. And that should never be your reason for departing from here, going someplace else. So we have a collective responsibility to engage our youth, as the man said. That's so important. So we're open. We thank you for those solutions that you helped give us, and you may have even some more. So I just encourage you to email us at info@taaacc.org. That's info@taaacc.org. And then we want to hear from you. But again, thank you. And I'll turn it back over to our president.
Thanks for our club partner that assisted us yesterday and today in your presence here. I will get to all of those chamber representatives. There was Mr. Ben Brown is here from Ennis. Thank you, Ben, for being here. I saw Leon Petty earlier, and I meant to, he might be outside in the hallway. Thank all of you for committing a day, not to Taaacc, but to yourself. As I mentioned, go home and tell your elected representative, if you live in one of the districts of those representatives who are not present, that they monkey didn't stop the show. We need you. We need your support. Go home. Also, if you are not a member of a local Black Chamber of Commerce, change that, fix that.
Yes, definitely.
And if you can't find one that you like, call us, and we'll fix that too. We're here on behalf of Black-owned businesses in the state of Texas. And we're gonna be here on behalf of Black-owned businesses in the state of Texas as long as you support us and need us.
Okay.